Welcome to the Indigo Room. New time. New time. So I'm just going to give you all a little bit of time to get in, but tonight's topic is conspiracy theories. Are you falling prey? Spiritual beings having human experiences. So I'm just going to light the stage and wait for everybody to join us. Like the Palo Santo wood. It's really smoky today. So that's a good thing. That means I need a little cleansing. That's a good thing. Hey, Linda. Oh, I forgot to send you the link. I'll send it to you in a little bit. Just going to give everybody an opportunity to get here. Hey, Barb. Yes, I'm going to send you the StreamYard link in a little bit. I just want to get the sage going, get the Palo Santo wood going. I forgot to send you the link, so I'll send it to you in just a little bit. Hi. We have a new time today. New time. So we're coming in on Sundays instead of at 1 o'clock. We're going to be coming in at 8. We're going to be live streaming at 8. I know there's a lot of people that didn't get the notice that we changed the time. That's okay. You can watch the replay and catch up to us next week live. But I did put out notices. Here's some sage for y'all. I'm echoing just a little bit. Okay. Let's see what's going on with that. I didn't do anything different. How's that? Is that any better? Is that better? Let me know. I think I had my speakers on. So I shouldn't be echoing now. Hopefully. Yay! It was the speakers. I had my speakers on. Sorry. I was listening to stuff, Welcome to the Indigo Room. Welcome to another live episode of the Indigo Room. I'm your host, Sydney Chase, and smoke is getting in my nose. This is where we discuss all things spiritual. By that, I mean that we are non-physical spiritual beings having physical human experiences. Life is supposed to be good. It's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be delicious. In 2020, it might be a little wicky-wacky. Yeah. So welcome. It sounds okay now. Good, great, wonderful. Let me just send the link to Linda because I forgot to do that earlier. And all right, let's do this again. So how are you this evening? And how are you doing with all of the craziness that we got going on here in the United States? If you're not in the United States, how are you doing viewing us here in the United States? Lord have us mercies. It's crazy right here, right now. This is 2020. 2020 is the year of 2020 vision. Hindsight is 2020 vision. And it's the year, I feel, it's the year of clarity. And it's the year of light shining on the darkness and just beaming out. So we are completing our series tonight. We're talking about conspiracy theories versus spirituality and critical thinking. Is critical thinking something that you need if you're spiritual? So you just be la la la, all out there and not using your critical thinking skills. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about conspiracy theories. And are you falling prey as a spiritual being, having a human experience? So we're going to talk about that tonight. And welcome to the new time and the new broadcast of the Indigo Rooms on Sunday night. Because, I work this during the week, so I can't do it on Wednesday night. So now we're back on Sunday evenings. Because Saturday is my work day. And I got to tell you, it's difficult for me to get up and be on time and be on and popping on Sunday mornings at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Well, it's still not mornings, but it's mornings someplace. It's just not mornings here. So tonight we're going to tickle our amygdala because we didn't do that last week, so we're going to do that this week. And I sent you all sage and Palo Santo wood and love and light. And I hope that if you don't have if you don't have your own sage, that you get some. If you don't have your own Palo Santo wood, that you get some. I spent the weekend just clearing the energy in my space. I haven't really had anybody in my space since this whole thing began in March. However, you don't know who may be coming in with you, what kind of wiki-wacky thoughts you got going on. So, I clear out my space. I open up the windows and I let all the wiki-wacky energy go out. And I have to move the bird around and shift all kinds of things before I do that. And I did that. So I have a new bird cage. Y'all can't see it right now, but I have a new bird cage for the bird that I put together myself. And when I read the instructions said that it's a 2-person job. So I had a little bit of a panic because I'm one person with 3 animals and none of them have thumbs. So I couldn't quite ask them for help. And Cleopatra's useless when it comes to those kinds of things anyway. And then, Jules wants to eat the bird. So I was on my own. But I got it together. And it's, 9 feet. Not really, but it's really tall. And I had to get it because the kitten, Miss Jules, is growing. And by that I mean she's leaping from place to place. And, it was getting a little hectic up in here. I was getting a little nervous that she might eat the bird. But I've saved the day, and thankfully, Miss Bay Street is relaxing in her new home, in her new space, and Jules can't get to her. It has a rolling stand that the bird cage can sit on. So I tried that. I said, okay, well, let me see if this works. And it's a little lower, so I brought the whole entire monstrosity down to sit on the rolling wheels. And I just watched. Thank goodness I'm home for a couple of days. So I was able to observe Miss Jules. And don't you know, homegirl found a way to start climbing up the bird cage. I was like, okay, that's it. You're done. That's it. You can't do this. So the rolling caster part, the rolling tray, the rolling caster is the little thing that the bird cage is supposed to sit in, is useless to me right now. So I have to figure out what I'm going to do with it because it's just sitting there with nothing in it. It's not like a shelf or anything that I could use. So, because I had to put the bird back up high in the bird cage on a nice, high, sturdy shelf so that Miss Jules can't find her way up there. She's clever, though. She's clever. But she can't get in the cage. The little paws won't let her. The wires and the bars are just too close together. And I clipped her nails. Barb said the instructions were for men. Yes, you're probably right about that. So we're going to tickle our amygdala. And before we tickle our amygdala, I just want to give acknowledgement to my friend and my coworker, Scott Sieberlight, who passed away this week. Shocking. It was just shocking. I spent the whole day yesterday in complete and utter shock. He was a good friend of mine at work, and he helped me a lot at work. Oh my God, this man was like a fireball. I don't know where he got the energy from to do the work that he did. And I met him actually I met him on the bus, but he didn't know that. The first time second day, I think it was my second day going home on the bus, because I used to take the bus. I don't take the bus now. And he was in the front. I didn't know him at that point, but his voice, I don't know, something about his voice. I don't know if I recognized it from another time frame, or it was just his voice is so distinct. He would not shut up. He was talking to the bus driver, and he was just, and I was like, oh my God, I wish this guy would shut up. And so he got off the bus a lot earlier than I did. And it's a long bus ride from my job. I had to take 2 buses, a long bus drive from my job to where I get off to catch the second bus. And he had gotten off way before I did. But by the time he had gotten off, I think I knew everything about that man. And I was so relieved that he got off the bus, because, he was just talking and talking and talking and talking. And a couple of days, or maybe weeks later, I don't know, a couple of weeks later, I was in my station. You all know my saga and how I was struggling at Amazon. And he came over to me and helped me. And then that's where I recognized him. He came over and he was like, all right, I got you. I'm going to get in here and I'm going to help you, because I was by myself covering like 2 lanes of just boxes everywhere. And he came in and he helped me, because there was nobody helping me. They wasn't sending help. I was sending out SOSs. I was talking into my scanner going, I know you see me, Amazon. Can you send help, please? And there was nothing. And here comes this little man. He must have been about this big. I swear to you. He can't be more than that high. All right? Okay, maybe that high. I'm this high. Okay. See how tall I am? See what the picture is? You can't see my face. He was like up to here on me. All right? And he just busted it out. He and we were working it, and I was just so thankful to have him help me. And from that point on, we became friends. And I said to him, I started telling him, I said, you're from Las Vegas. I remember you. You used to live in Las Vegas, and you have a girlfriend, and she has kids, and you love her kids, even though they're not yours, and you don't have any kids. And he looked at me and he was like, what are you, a witch? And I said, no, I remember you from the bus. I said, you were talking so much. I don't know why I remembered all of that. I don't know why I remembered his whole life story. But anyway, we became friends at work at that time. And that was last November, because I started my job October 29th. And that was in November when I met him during peak season, which is health season. So, I was buried in boxes. And sure enough, Scott came, and wow, he was like Superman. And even though he was small in stature, he was mighty. And he was big. He was a big dude to me. Anyway, the last time I saw him was last week. And we are both training ambassadors, and we work together. And he had told me prior to that he was going to be going out for surgery, and that he would be back in 6 weeks. And he came back, and I was just so happy to see him. And he looked good. He was moving and grooving, just like old Scott was. So Wednesday was my last day for work, because I took a couple of days off this week. And we chatted, and we laughed and did a little stupid dance because I was asking him when is he coming back to help train, because he really needed him. And he said he was a little rusty, and that he was going to have to pull my ear. And I said, I got you, man, no problem. And I said, no worries, I'll see you next week, and we'll discuss it next week. I didn't know then that would be the last conversation that I would have with him. So I want to just send love and light to my friend Scott, who passed away Friday night. He went to work. He was at work on Friday, and Saturday he did not show up. And that's when news went out that he had passed away. So we're going to his service. They're having his service. So hopefully I can go next week. And I am going to miss that little guy. Right? Just that little man. He's not a guy. He's a man. But I am definitely going to miss him. So you never know when it's your last meeting with someone. And you want to be mindful of how you treat people, And I am thankful that he and I did not have an argument. We didn't argue about Trump or anything. Well, he wasn't a Trump anyway. So, but anyway, I'm just kidding. But he really was a good man. So anyway, I'm sending you love, and sending his family love and my prayers to my friend Scott. So tonight, we are going to tickle our amygdala. And where is your amygdala? Your amygdala is right here above your temples. Oh, I'm getting a little teary-eyed. I'm sorry. Just thinking about my friend. But your amygdala is right above your temples, right here. And when they are clicked closed, you're in fright or flight mode. And when they're clicked open, that's when your frontal lobe opens up and you have all kinds of great ideas. Like I was clicking my amygdala today, and it's a really easy exercise. It's a brain hack, I like to call it, and it's a way for you to be able to just open up your mind a little bit, open up your imagination a little bit, and start working with your imagination. If this is one exercise that will help you with your imagination. If you have been following the Indigo Room, you will know that we do this pretty much every time we have an episode, and it really does help. And I just want to say a welcome to all of the new subscribers who have joined us. We got about 10 more subscribers this week. And welcome. Thank you for subscribing. And if you are new to the Indigo Room, you've never joined us before, do subscribe. Remember to hit the subscribe button and click the like button before you go. Do me that favor. All right? So imagine that you have a feather in your hand. Imagine that. A feather. You decide what the feather looks like. You decide the color of the feather, what it looks like, what it feels like. And then close your eyes. Do not close your eyes if you are driving your car or riding a bicycle or walking. All right? Be mindful. Close your eyes if you're sitting someplace, if you're standing someplace, if you have someplace to be quiet for just 3 minutes, okay? Close your eyes and imagine that you have a feather in your hand. Could be your right hand, could be your left hand. It is up to you. And then feel the bristles of your feather. Just feel them. What does it feel like? Does your feather feel bristly? Does it feel soft? Does it feel stiff? Does it feel smooth? You get to decide. And you imagine what color your feather is. And just really get it in your mind, get it in your imagination, what your feather feels like and what your feather looks like. Is it stiff? Is it limp? Is it soft? Is it crunchy? And once you do that, once you have it solid in your mind, then you're going to lift the feather up to the center of your forehead, slide it in, and then slide it over to the right, and then tickle your amygdala on the right, and then slide it to the left, and tickle your amygdala on the left, and pull it out. That's it, and you're done. It's very simple. It's a simple, easy way to get into your imagination. Very easy. Try it. Don't try it. Do it. Do it for yourself. Do it for your neighbors. Do it for your friends. It has saved many lives in my world. Tickling my amygdala. So what is the topic for today? We're going to bring Linda out in a little bit. And I just want to give you an idea of what we're talking about tonight. And we're talking about your... Yeah. I always have to close the window because, close my door because the smoke can't get out to the bird. And then when I close the door, the room gets hot. And then I got to put the air on and all that stuff. But anyway, let's see if we can make this a little bit higher. There we go. So tonight we're discussing critical thinking, and also we're discussing conspiracy theories and your spirituality. And is critical thinking important to your spirituality? And how does critical thinking what does critical thinking have to do with conspiracy theories? Aha! It has a lot to do with conspiracy theories, and it has a lot to do with your spirituality. So is critical thinking necessary if you are a spiritual being? And this year, 2020 being the year of just the year. It's the year of everything. You know, Godzilla could show up tomorrow. We don't know. It is the year. Okay? So it is the year where anything is possible. Either good or just crazy, out of the box. You can't believe this is happening. Right? So we have a lot of conspiracy theories going on. And I wanted to talk about that tonight. And I wanted to talk about critical thinking versus spirituality. And are you falling prey? Or have you fallen prey? And if you haven't fallen prey, do you know someone who has? And how can we all work together so that we use our critical thinking skills not to fall prey to conspiracy theories? So I'm going to bring Linda out, and we're going to talk about that just a little bit. I don't know if she's ready. Are you ready, Linda? Okay. I'm going to add Linda to the stream. Intuitively, that is true. Barb says intuitively. And she also said, when spirituality, consciousness, thinking logically happens. That is true for some people, right? And logical thinking happens intuitively. Critical thinking happens. That is true. Critical thinking should happen. It should happen. Often it doesn't happen. Hi, Linda.
Hi, Sydney. Hi, everyone.
Okay, see, now I can't hear you. I got to turn my speaker on. Hi, Linda.
Hi, Sydney.
Hi. Oh, I like your shirt. You're looking all beautiful today.
Thank you.
So today's topic is conspiracy theories and are you falling prey? But I wanted to start out first with uh, us talking a little bit about critical thinking because it's really important, I feel. And a lot of people are falling prey to conspiracy theories, and a lot of the spiritual community is doing that too. Have you noticed?
I have been avoiding most of that.
Well, a lot of folks have been falling prey. So I'm going to just share my screen with everybody for a little bit. And Linda, I'm going to put you down for a second so that you can see the screen. And there's some things that I think is important for us to go over. And it's important for us to go over because we have a lot of people in our lives and a lot of people who have been, for me anyway, have been trying to share all of their conspiracy theories because, they think that, I'm going to be interested. I can't tell you, and the reason why I really wanted to bring this up is because right now, let me bring Linda back on before I put the video back. Before I put the video up, let me bring Linda back on. Right now in the United States, we have a situation happening. And it's rather large. Many of you may know that we have over 200,000 Americans who have succumbed to COVID-19 and who have lost their lives. And a lot of that is, now if you remember, back in March when I was talking about this early on in February and March, I was sharing with you what was coming down the pipe, basically. I said 2020 is going to make 2019 look like child's play. And it has. I have never, in all of the years I've been alive, seen anything like this. And we have a situation right now where we find ourselves, the United States, since I stopped doing the show in May and took a break, where people are believing all kinds of things. And the reason, to me, why that's happening is because the leader of this country, the head of this country, the president of this country, also believes a lot of wicky-wacky things. And some of the wicky-wacky things that have been going on are just not true. Oh, Lord, have mercy. Are not true. And so we have people who are not wearing masks, who don't think that this virus is real. And some of them who don't think the virus is real or didn't think the virus was real found out later that it was indeed true and lost their lives. They were gone. They left the planet. And so now we have ourselves in a situation where the president of the United States is also now. And he didn't wear masks very much either. He didn't believe in it, didn't think it was a necessary thing. Well, that's what he told us anyway. And he's in the hospital with COVID-19. So is his wife. And so are 11 of his staff members and 3 congressmen. And I don't know, every day there's somebody new that has the virus from being in an event to several events where masks were not required and social distancing was not required. I said all that to say because many people are under the impression and under this this whole thing that it is a conspiracy and it is a hoax, that COVID, doesn't really do you any damage. I know that I have 5 friends who have passed away from it. 6, sorry, who have passed away from it. That I know personally. Not just on social media, in real life. So I know it's not a hoax. I knew it wasn't a hoax before it got here. I didn't think it was a hoax. So that's the reason why I wanted to bring this up, because there are a lot of people who are in the spiritual community who still are subscribing to the fact that, none of this is real. And, real is relative, right? You believe what you believe. And I believe that COVID is alive and it's a being and it wants to live and it has an agenda, it has an existence, and it wants to live just like everybody else. Viruses want to live. And how do viruses live? They live by, finding hosts. And who are the hosts? The host is us. So it's a little arrogant of us to believe, I feel, it's a little bit arrogant of us to believe that, we're more important than the virus. Just like, people think that humans are more important than animals, and certain races of people are more important than other races of people. Everybody's on this planet together, and, you have to pay some respect to some of the viruses that are out there. You can't just walk around here willy-nilly and thinking that, well, I believe in Jesus, and Jesus is my savior, or God is my savior, or goddess, or source, or whatever. You also have critical thinking. That's a thing. So your critical thinking skills should start to kick in when somebody's telling you something that really doesn't seem quite logical. And when you look at facts and truth and conspiracy theories, that's when things start to go wiki-wacky. So, Linda, do you have anything you want to say before I bring on the video a little bit?
No, I think you're right on the money.
Yes, critical thinking is important. I'm just saying. Barb said, yes, lots of experts out there. Yeah, there are. Everybody wants to be an expert, right? So I want to, let me just take Linda down for a second and just share my screen with you, because I really feel like this is something, it's not really taught in school, critical thinking. We're taught to remember things and we're taught to parrot things, and we're not really teaching our children critical skill thinking. So I just want to share with you, hold on a second, let me get my screen up, some things that are important. And hold on, that is my screensaver. We don't want that. All right, let me get my screen up. Where is it? Why is it taking? There it goes. Okay. All right. Can you see? Okay, I think somebody lost their mind. One of the cats or the dog or the bird. I'm not sure which. I heard something fall down out there. Okay, I'm going to share the whole screen. Hold on. So it's bigger so you can see it. All right. So what is critical thinking? Quite frankly, what is it? And is it necessary if you practice spirituality? Like, do you really need critical thinking skills? I think you do. And it's apparent that a lot of people are not thinking that these days. So we just want to be mindful of what critical thinking is. Critical thinking, there's no emotion involved with critical thinking. There is no emotion. It's not based on your feelings. It's not based on, does it feel good? Does it feel good to me? There's no emotion involved in critical thinking. I made the screen smaller, but let me know if you can see it. And if not, I'll go back to the bigger screen. Can you see it okay, Linda? Thumbs up if you can see it. Okay. There is no emotion involved in critical thinking, and critical thinking is the ability to think in an organized and rational manner in order to understand connections between ideas and or facts. It helps you decide what to believe in. In other words, it's thinking about thinking. Identifying, analyzing, and then fixing flaws in the way we think. And that is from Michael Tomaszewski. I wonder if he is related to my old library teacher. Her name is Tomaszewski. He's a resume expert, career advice writer, newsletter coordinator. But critical thinking is the ability to think in an organized and rational manner in order to understand connections between ideas and or facts. See, here's the thing. Timmy, living here on this planet, fact, 2 + 2 = 4. 2 + 2 does not equal 10. So if I come over to you and I say, Sydney, Barb, Linda, 2 + 2 = 10, you're going to look at me and say, you know what, Sydney, you're a crackpot and you're out of your mind. And I can give you all kinds of reasons why 2 + 2 = 10, and it sounds good to you. It may even resonate with you. But is it a fact? Or is it something that I've created? And if you're thinking emotionally, because you like me, you want to follow me, you want to be along with me, you want to say, well, Sydney, I love Sydney. She's awesome. She's awesome on all fronts. But this one thing, I just can't wrap my mind around. You cannot wrap your mind around it because it's not true. 2 + 2 = 4. Period, point blank. In this planet where we are right now, in this realm that we live in, 2 + 2 = 4. It does not equal 10. It does not equal 5. It does not equal 3. It equals 4. That's a fact. That is true. So what critical thinking is, the ability to think in an organized and rational manner in order to understand connections between ideas and or facts. And it helps you to decide what to believe in. What to believe in. I think that's really important because a lot of times people don't know what to believe in. We got that going on right now here in the United States of America. Nobody knows. Is he telling the truth? Is he really sick? Because we've been gaslighted for 4 years. So we can't decide what's true and what's not true. What's fact and what's fiction. Critical thinking. Oh, let's go to the next slide. The key critical thinking skills are analysis. Let me just make sure that you guys still can see everything okay clearly. It's kind of small. You can see it okay? All right. Analysis. The ability to collect and process information and knowledge. That's what analysis is. And that is one of the key skills in critical thinking. Analysis, to be able to analyze, and to have the ability to collect and process information. and knowledge. Number 2, interpretation. Concluding what the meaning of processed information is. That's another skill. Concluding what the meaning of the processed information is. Then explanation. That's number 3. The ability to make decisions based on the available information. Number 4, which is self-regulation. The drive to constantly monitor and correct your ways of thinking. See, that is key to me. Self-regulation, right? The drive to constantly monitor and correct your ways of thinking. You know, when I first started my spiritual journey, I did not know nothing. I knew 2 things. God exists and I don't know anything. Goddess exists and I don't know anything. Source exists, whatever you call your higher self, your higher being. I still believe that. That is still the same thing. That is still my mantra. I know 2 things in this world. Goddess exists, source exists, and I don't know jack squat. But it helps me because it allows me to correct my way of thinking when something has been proven that it is not a fact. When things are proven to me that it is not a fact and I was believing otherwise, I self-regulate. Regulator! I self-regulate, okay? And I correct my way of thinking. And what has happened in 2020 has been just amazing to me, is that even when it is the facts are put in front of people, they still don't believe it. They'd rather believe the conspiracy. They'd rather believe the untruth because it's emotional. It makes them feel better. And critical thinking is not emotional. There's no emotion in it. Number 5, open-mindedness, taking into account other possibilities and points of view. Now, even though that movie, The Pandemic, did not resonate with me, I listened to folks for a while. I put on my critical thinking skills cap and said, well, maybe they know something I don't know. But when you tell me that the reason why they want us all in the house, whoever they are, want us all in the house because they want to put up more 5G towers, when they were putting up 5G towers since they've been putting them up all this time, and I'm an essential worker who goes out to work every day, and there's a lot of us that go out to work every day. Well, like all of the essential workers that were going out, they weren't staying in, they weren't being sequestered in their homes so that these 5G towers could be put up. That's just irrational. Makes no sense. So your open-mindedness, taking into account other possibilities of points of view, and you can do that. And then you have to come back to self-regulation, the drive to constantly monitor and correct your ways of thinking. It's not logical. I'm not trying to be Spock, but it's just illogical. Okay? That they wanted to put up more 5G towers. And I'm not saying that 5G towers do not cause health concerns. I'm just saying some of the things that some of these people went off on tangents on and that were yelling at me about didn't make no sense. I'm like, look, just critically, just think logically. Just a little bit. And number 6, problem solving. problem solving, the ability to tackle unexpected problems and resolve conflicts. So these are six key critical thinking skills that you can use on your own. You don't have to listen to me. You can look it up. You can go check it out. You can go Google it. You can buy a book on it. You can buy several books on it. You can buy a whole lot of books on it. But you don't have to listen to me. I'm just saying that critical thinking is important. Is critical thinking necessary in spirituality? Yeah, the short answer. The short answer is yes. Yes, it is. You know, so just because you're spiritual doesn't mean that God did not give you the ability to discern. Discernment is key. So critical thinking can save you from charlatans and assist you in finding your true guru. And you can be your own. That's what critical thinking will do for you. And even Neville said, not to believe him, to question everything. Question. If you just go off believing stuff without questioning it, then that becomes an issue for you and the people that you love and your whole existence, because you're not trusting your inner guidance. What is a guru? The word guru comes from Buddhist and Hindu religions and refers to a spiritual guide or leader who is held in high esteem. Throwing the term around casually as in referring to yourself as a marketing, love, business guru is disrespectful because it diminishes the importance of the title and its origins. So you can be your own guru. However, I don't go around telling people that I'm a guru and I'm my own guru, blah, blah, blah. I connect to source. That's where I get all of my information and all of my energy from and all of my thoughts and all of my ideas. And then I still have to use my critical thinking. While it's important to begin your journey with a spiritual teacher or leader, it is equally important to use discernment and critical thinking when choosing someone to follow. I have said since 2007, don't follow me. Find someone that you resonate with and follow and listen. But don't make them your end all be all. Because at any given moment in time, they could lead you down a path that you may not be able to come back from. And then the teacher you do follow should allow for you to use your discernment to ask questions and to follow what your truest, highest teacher within guides you to do. A good teacher will help you to do that and trust that you are following your highest guidance from within. That's what a good teacher will do. They will not ram nonsense down your throat. I follow a lot of different people. I don't mean follow them like I follow them and I listen to them and do what they're going to do. I mean, I follow them on YouTube and social media. And I have to say, some of them are leading people down a path of confusion. Confusion. And I feel for these people, but they have guidance within them. And even if it doesn't resonate with you, sometimes people are afraid to pull back and step away from. And that's what happens with a lot of religions. That's what happens with a lot of these spiritual gurus, right? Gurus. And people don't want to move away from them. They don't want to pull back. Oh my God, what if I pull back and I'm wrong? If your guidance is telling you to pull back, pull back. Step away for a little while. Look, use your critical thinking skills and check to see if there is something in the milk that is stale. I'm just saying. So what does this got to do with conspiracy theory, Sydney? A lot. You're a spiritual being having a human experience. So you're a spiritual being tamped down to this level, 3D that we're in. I don't feel like I'm in 3D anymore, but that's neither here nor there. But we're in 3D, having a human experience. You forgot who you were. It's time for you to start to remember. And stop trusting every Tom, Dick, and Harry that comes around with a YouTube video or saying that, they are awakened, they're woke, and you're not. And you trust them and you don't trust yourself. It's really important to trust yourself. And it's up to you to use your critical thinking skills along with your spirituality to determine if some conspiracies are real truth or fake news. I'm going to stop sharing this now for a minute and bring Linda back on. Hey, Miss Linda.
Hi, Sydney.
Oh, yeah, I can hear you now. Woo! Bob said, right, I know too many who consider themselves extra spiritual who have fallen for a lot of schemes. Live and learn, hopefully. Yeah. Just because you're spiritual, just because listen, I have heard so many people talk a whole lot of stuff and it sounds really good, really righteous, really, it resonates with you. And that's great. Just use your discernment and see if what they are telling you is the correct thing for you. One of the questions I have, now we're going to go up into conspiracy theories a little bit. You ready, Linda?
Yep.
Do you believe the moon landings were fake? Why?
Are you asking me?
I'm just asking. Well, we only got me, you, and Barb right now.
All right. Well, no.
Me and you, and Barb. So I'm asking that question if you listen to this video later and you join us later. Do you believe the moon landings were fake? If yes, why? If no, why? You can put your comments down in the chat. I don't believe it was fake. But that's just my critical thinking skills. Okay? You just have to look at the facts. It's a lot to stage a whole. It's a lot. It's a lot of energy. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of dollars spent to just make something, to stage something of that nature.
And what they had to build up to. I mean, I was in school when we had the first satellite with a chimp, and then the first satellite that orbited Earth. And I mean, to even go that far, then that's like saying the entire space program was just a stage in Hollywood.
And for what purpose? Why?
Right.
What
Exactly.
Exactly. Reason?
Yep. And then on top of it, I happen to personally know two people who worked on parts of the space program with a subcontracting company, and like they designed one of the containers that was on a space shuttle so they could modularize things. It's like, and I know this person, it's like, no, I mean, excuse me.
It's just too much.
Right. And then you might as well just say, well, the space shuttle's out there. And so we got Russia to buy into staging a movie that shows they're sending people up. and not just the U.S., but
China,
the European
Europeans.
consortium as well. It's like,
We got the
yeah,
Hubble telescope. Like, why do we have all these things?
and satellites. We launch satellites almost every month now, and it's not just NASA that's doing it. We have private companies that are doing it. Now, how, it's just like there's way too much evidence that shows that it's true, as opposed to it being all staged in Hollywood.
Okay. Barb, I was going to say and flat Earth, but you beat me to it. And
Oh, a Luddite. Yeah.
you beat me to it, Barb. But the other thing was, she said, airplane. I mean, by now, at least one person on their deathbed would have told it all. Exactly. At least one. At least one person would have confessed and said, guess what? It was a hoax. We didn't go to the moon. It was all on TV. We didn't build Jack. So, like, my friend's family, parents who worked at what's that company that was building all the little widgets out in Long Island? Hewlett. No, is it Hewlett Packard? No, it was.
Well, there's Martin Marietta. There's Lockheed.
Lockheed.
Mm-hmm.
Their parents that were working at Lockheed, they weren't working there. That was all. They were going and sitting down. I don't know, someplace. I don't know. I'm just saying, at some point we would have known that. So another conspiracy theory is that aliens are a conspiracy. Now, see, here's the thing about conspiracy theories. Not all of them are incorrect either. Some of them are legit, and it takes people's critical thinking, not being emotional, to figure them out. Like what was that movie where the people were dying in the town? They were getting sick from the help me.
Radiation?
Yes. What was that movie? And the woman, she got cancer, and she went after the big people. And
oh yeah. Darn, I can't remember now.
I can't think of the movie.
Yeah.
Some conspiracy theories, they're not conspiracies, but they're information that is being withheld, right? So that makes sense. That's really not, to me, a conspiracy theory, but it's information that's being withheld from the public. And the public in that town, I can't remember the name of the daggone movie. And I never forget movies. But anyway, the people that were in the town were getting sick and they were dying. And this one woman went after the Klingon. Yes. Erin
Brockovich.
That's right. Erin Brockovich. And she became a lawyer. Thank you, Barb. That was it. And so, there are things that are being withheld. There's information that is being withheld. That's not a conspiracy theory. There are facts. The facts were people were getting sick. The facts were they were able to connect the dots with people getting sick to the radiation in the water, in the land, and in the area. That's a fact. There are people who might be getting sick. I don't know necessarily. You would have to dig. So, I'm on the fence still with that about 5G and 5G towers. And there are people that are saying that they have gotten sick from the 5G cell towers. However, it is not a conspiracy that they want us to be in the house so they could put up more 5G towers. I was out every day. Okay? I had 5G before COVID came in. So they were putting up 5G before COVID happened, is what I'm trying to say. So I still haven't gotten sick. I wear my mask. I do all my social distancing. I take a lot of things to boost my immune system. So God willing and the creek don't rise, I'll stay healthy through this whole thing. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about bona fide conspiracy theories. Now, to me, telling me that, the reason why they want us to not talk to each other, the reason why whoever they are, it's always they. I don't even know who they are anymore. The reason why they want us to stay in the house, the reason why they want us to not talk to each other, the reason why they want us to have a muzzle on is so that we can now give up our rights.
What? Good Lord.
Oh, you haven't heard that? Oh my God. I'm telling you. It's insane. So I'm trying, that's what QAnon is about. Well, one of their many thousands of conspiracies that they've got going on. And they tap into people's emotions. They tap into people's fear. And so when you step out of it, and you step out of the fear mode, you step out of your emotional mode, and you look at things in a logical, critical fashion, you can discern if something is true or not. And then you step inside and you go inside within and you go, okay, yo, spirit, what's up with this? Is this true? And I'm telling you, you will start to find you'll start to find all kinds of information that will help you to be able to be more discerning and to use your critical thinking skills. This is an opportunity for us all this year, 2020, to use our critical thinking skills. There's an opportunity right here. We are in it right now. This is the opportunity for us to be able to do that. Let me tell you how spirit will help you. Today, I all of a sudden remembered. I was like, oh my goodness, you know what? I know I have a mic. I have a mic that, a clip-on mic. They call it. What do they call that mic?
Lavalier.
Yes, I have a lavalier mic. And I haven't used it since January, maybe February. And I'm going, wait a minute, where is it? And for the life of me, I could not find that sucker nowhere. It was nowhere. It was not in its box, which I normally, when I'm done with it, I put it back in the box. I put it in this little case, and I put it back in the box, and then I put it in a little spot, and then, it's safe. Well, I went to go open up the box, and it wasn't in the box. And I was like, how is that not there? Now I'm looking everywhere in my apartment. I'm looking in my office. I'm looking in my bedroom. I'm looking in the living room, the kitchen, the bathroom. I looked in the bathroom. I looked in the kitchen cabinets. Because I was like, I know I didn't put it in the kitchen cabinets, but maybe, I don't know, maybe in some sort of mind, I was in some sort of mind crazy mess state, and I put it in the cabinets. Could have put it in the freezer. I don't know. Because now I'm questioning everything, right? I'm questioning my whole existence on this one little camera because it should have been in the box where I always put it. And it was not. So after I, kind of tore up my apartment looking for it, this all of a sudden today, I felt I needed to find it. Today. I haven't thought about it since the end of January. No, probably last year when I bought it. I haven't thought about it. Now I need to find it. I need to find it today. I don't know why. I don't have a reason. But I'm going to tell you how your inner being helps you. Your source helps you. So if you think that your inner being can't help you decide or decipher what's true and what's fake, you're dead wrong. I'm telling you. Dead wrong. It can if you trust yourself and you trust your guidance that you receive from within. So today, this is just a small little snippet of my life. I said, all right, goddess, you need to be my eyeballs today because I just cannot remember where I put this thing. And I know nobody came in my house and took it. And I know I didn't take it out. So where is it? And I went on about my business. I cleaned up the mess that I made because I tore up my car looking for this little microphone. Cleaned up the mess that I made. And for a short period of time, all of a sudden I got a flash in my mind. Go in this closet over here, this closet in my office. Look in that closet. And I'm going, why would I look in that closet? Here's me. Being irrational. Now I just asked Spirit to tell me where it was. I got a flash in my mind to go look in the closet. And I said, why would it be in there? That's what I out loud even. And then it happens again. Look in the closet. It's not in that closet. There's no way it could be in this closet. Where would it be in this closet? And I looked, and I just briefly just say, I opened up the closet and I looked in there and I didn't see nothing. Right? I was like, yeah, okay. You told me to look in the closet. I didn't see it. It's not in there. Close the door. Got it again. Look in the closet. Well, it wasn't in there. So I opened up the closet door. Then all of a sudden I could see right down, and it wasn't even, it was there all the time, I'm sure. My laptop case. All of a sudden I saw the laptop case. Like I didn't change the lighting in my room. I didn't open up the door wider. I was just able to see. And I said, is it in there? Opened it up, boom, there it was, sticking right up. Hi, I'm in here. Hello. I'm like, well, damn it. You know, you even me. I got the message. I asked Spirit to show me. I said, show me where my microphone is. Let your eyes be my eyes. Then when I saw it, I saw the flash, I didn't believe it. I had to be told 3 times and 2 times. One time I looked in, and the second time is when I actually found it. So when you trust Spirit, and even if you don't, even if you question it, trust Spirit. It will not lead you astray. It really will not. Bob said, this is so me. I've gone through this kind of thing a few times or more. Tell Source I'm ready to hear and I trust. Yeah, well, I didn't, I acted like I was trusting and I didn't. They had to tell me 4 daggone times today. Right? 4 times before I actually found what I was looking for. 4 times. So when you are skeptical, and it seems to be true, you hear something and it feels like it might be true, ask Spirit. Just don't go off willy-nilly believing everything everybody tells you, every Tom, Dick, and Harry that tells you, and they tell you that the world is ending and that, October 21st. That's another thing I heard the other day. And this person has a huge following, humongous, like huge. Thousands upon thousands of views and thousands upon thousands of people follow this person. And I believe that they would probably follow him off a cliff if he said, follow me. And he said that the world is ending October 21st. Gave all of the reasons why it's ending October 21st. And then turned around and said, well, it's going to happen again next October. I said,
say what?
I'm not making this up. And if I could,
he just disproved himself.
If I could show you the video, you would just. So So I'm just saying, you have to use your critical thinking. And the reason why I watch him, the reason why I do watch him is because I want to see why so many people are following him. And it's obvious to me. It's obvious that people are just not necessarily using their critical thinking skills and want to feel good or bad. I don't know. But if somebody's telling me that the world is ending on October 21st, trust and believe I'm doing some research. I'm going within. I'm like, hello, spirit. What's this you say? The world is ending on October 21st? And then it's going to happen again next year? What is this nonsense? So here's another one. Was 9/11 a hoax? And if you believe it was a hoax, tell me why you believe it was a hoax in the comments or why it wasn't. Now, here's the thing about conspiracy theory. When you have a conspiracy theory, you have to really come up with a whole dissertation as to why it makes sense. Like explanation upon explanation upon explanation. When it's a fact, there's no explanation at all necessary, not real. There's no, well, maybe it could be this way, maybe it can be that way, maybe. It's either true or not true. It's either fact or it's not fact. And if it's not fact and it's a variable, then that's fine. Then it has variables. But those are facts. It has variables. We know that. The earth is not flat. Fight me. The earth is not flat. It is round. It has been proven to be round. Linda, are you a flat earther? Because I will fight you right here if you are right now tonight.
Nope, I've flown way too many times. Starting at the age of 6.
I will beat you, girl. The earth is not flat, for crying out loud. It's been proven. That is a fact. And if you're trying to prove that it's flat, then you have to do a whole lot of explanations and explaining why it's not flat. I don't think people who are flat earthers obviously have not traveled around the planet.
Yep.
Barb said that, wait, where is it? 9/11 comes up so often, I worry about people. I know personally a couple of flat earthers. Thank God I don't know any personally. I've seen them, but I don't know any that I'm aware of. If they do exist in my world, they haven't alerted themselves. They haven't made themselves known to me that they're flat earthers.
I thought that was a joke.
Me too.
Like, there was a group of them and they were just putting that out as some kind of a big joke. And it's like, what?
When somebody told me that, they said, no, there's a real group. There's a group of flat earthers. And I was like, you are lying. They said, no, Sydney, really, there's a group and they all believe it. And I had to go search it for myself because I did not believe it. Because I thought that was a conspiracy theory, that they were telling me that they were flat earth. I thought it was a joke. And then I searched and found out that there are people that honestly believe that the earth is flat.
They probably navigate by map. If they navigate, they would probably navigate by maps made in the Middle Ages.
Oh my God. It is so funny. So I'm just asking all of us who are in the Indigo room, who are come from all walks of life, ascribe to all beliefs, ascribe to all kinds of different beliefs and thoughts and views. That's fine. I ain't mad at you. I still love you. However, just use your critical thinking skills. Use your critical thinking. Put on your critical thinking cap. Oh, Susanna. She said hi. Someone telling me they're a flat earther would be enough for me to never speak to them again. I refuse to deal with stupid crazy. Yeah, I hear you. Welcome, Susanna. Good to see you. But there are some conspiracy theories, however, that some of them are good, and they make you do research, and some of them are bad, and they make you nuts. They make you go literally insane, I think, to the point where your friends and family can't talk to you anymore, and they play with your emotions. And so many people in the United States are believing QAnon. And like I said in the beginning, the president of this country, the United States where I live, I don't consider him my president, even though he's the president of the United States. He has put out a lot of conspiracy theories, and people are believing them to their detriment. And when I say to their detriment, literally, they're dying. Literally. And now he's sick and in the hospital, and several of his administration are also in the hospital sick. And the fact is, they've told so many lies and untruths and just bowled out lies and gas lit the country for so long, for 4 years, that it's at the point where nobody even believes that he's sick. Well, a lot of people don't believe that he's sick. And a lot of people are still not wearing masks because they believed the crazy conspiracy theories that were thrown out in the beginning with regards to COVID-19. Now, if you want to take your own life in your hands, I guess that's your business. You can do that. However, it's not like smoking a cigarette in your apartment or in your house. It is like, because COVID, if I get it and I'm sick and I don't know that I'm sick and I'm asymptomatic, I can infect so many others. If I don't put my mask on, if I don't wash my hands, if I'm not social distancing, and I could have it and be asymptomatic and not know I have it. So in order to protect myself and protect you, I have to put a mask on, because in my mind, how I roll, everybody has it. That's how I roll. That's how I move through the universe. Everybody got it. All right? I respect the COVID. Everybody got the COVID, and I put my mask on because I'm just assuming that you got it, unless we both could get tested and then, test in our own house, and then we don't leave the apartment and never leave the apartment. Then we can know that we probably are not going to get it again or get it. But this all could have been avoided. It didn't have to be this way if people were not thinking emotionally and were thinking critical. And like I said, you could be spiritual and think critical. That's the most important time, I think, to use your critical thinking skills, is when you're choosing a spiritual teacher. Barb says, they truly believe he was sent by God or Jesus or who. And they'll follow him off a cliff to their detriment. I'm not following no daggone body off a cliff. I'm gonna think first. I'm gonna be like, where are we going? What's happening? Why are we following you? Where are you taking us? What's happening? What? We go where? Oh, you're not gonna tell me? I ain't going. That's me. I'm not following nobody blindly. And, you know, we follow Neville, we listen to Neville, we discuss Neville, and even Neville, you know, a lot of things about Neville I absolutely love and I listen to and I subscribe to. And there's some things that I'm like, yeah, no, Neville, I'm sorry, I don't think so. And it's the same thing with the Ascended Masters as well as what's his name?
Saint Germain.
Yeah. Some things I can get with you on. Some things I'm like, hold up, brother. What you talking about? So there's another huge conspiracy right now, and it's Nasara. Nasara. I think it's called Nasara. And yeah, Nasara. And there's a whole lot of people believe in that. And it's like it's all a mishigosh. You know, at one point they can lead you pretty much okay, and then they just take you off on a tangent, and you go, "Oh, what?" And the fact of the matter is, there are millions of people that are following this whole thing, and they think they're waiting for some day, some specific day for everything to roll out, and this is how it's going to be, and you know, prophecies and all that. Do your research, use your critical thinking, and explore and figure it out, and see if it is real or true or fact. That's that's all I want to say. Yeah, I'll type it in. It is, if you look it up on YouTube, you can see a video about it. And it has a lot to do with QAnon as well. And I'm not saying that, oh, I spelled it wrong. Nesara. And I'm not saying that them, you know, any more views than they already have.
Yeah, Nasara's been around way longer than QAnon. Right.
But they have put this whole thing together with QAnon and Saint Germain, and it's
a mess.
It's just it's a hot mess. It's a hot mess. Hot mess. And I'm not saying to you be rational, you know, and I'm not saying, but I am saying to be logical. And you can be logical and spiritual at the same time. In fact, you should be logical and spiritual at the same time. In fact, you should use your critical thinking skills and be spiritual at the same time. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it tonight. So ask yourself some really important questions. Is this true? And how do I know it's true? Have I done any research, or am I just believing what I'm seeing on YouTube and on the internet? And have I talked to my inner guidance? Have I checked with my inner guidance to find out if it's true or not? And even then, question. Even then, ask. And allow your inner guidance to show you what is true and what is not true. But if you just keep believing blindly people, other people who you think have more knowledge than you, because they've gone to school or they've done this, or even they sound more educated than you. They're not. They're humans, just like you. And sometimes they find out the truth and they withhold it because they like having the followers. They like having the people listen to them jabber all day long. And they enjoy it. So just follow, trust, and follow, and then follow yourself, what is what I'm saying. Trust your inner self, follow that. Trust your inner self and follow that. Find your spiritual leaders, listen to them, see if what they're saying makes sense to you. And then investigate and continue to investigate. That's all. That's all you do. I can't tell you how many spiritual gurus I have let go in my life. I have followed and even questioned myself when my own inner guidance said, yo, let him go now. You're done. You stop. That's not who we want you to be with anymore. And I go, but nothing. And every time I fight, every time I fought. And every time I fought and I finally let go, new revelations are revealed to me and new teachers fall into place and new ideas and new concepts show up. That's growth. That's learning. That's not being stuck with one thing and deciding that this is the way it's going to be. Because you can be dogmatic as a spiritual leader just as well as you can be dogmatic in a religion. There's no difference at all. And some of these spiritual leaders will do spiritual bypassing and will gaslight you from here until they can get the last dime out of you. Trust me, I know. Been there, done that. And I'm not bitter. It's just the way it is. But you do have to use your critical thinking skills. So I encourage you, if you have no concept of what critical thinking is, check it out, look it up, do some research, find out how to apply these skills in your own life, in your daily life, every day. You can use it. You can use it to determine what coffee you're going to buy tomorrow when you go grocery shopping. Okay? You don't have to be emotional about Folgers.
Or Maxwell House.
I drink it because my mama drank Maxwell House. That's what I drink, and I love the way. Child, you don't have to be emotional about it. It might not be the coffee for you. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm trying to say. All right, so not that I really want to see it. Well, you can check it out. You could just check it out, Barb, and see what they say. You know, I don't think you're going to fall prey to it. It's just interesting. I didn't fall prey to it. At the end of it, I watched it, and at the end of it, I was like, really? That's what you're saying? Okay, I gotta go now. Oh, my eyes red because just before the show, I got a piece of hair from my head stuck in my eyeball. A whole little curly coil in my eye. Yes, and I couldn't get it out. I was like, why, of all times? I do want you all to be aware that Mercury is going into a retrograde next October 13th. October 13th or 14th. Check it out. So if things start to go wicky-wacky in the next couple of days, now you know why. And we're in a full moon at this moment in time. You might want to do full moon ritual if you haven't done so. I encourage you to do that. But be mindful that Mercury's going into retrograde, and it will last, I think, like 20-something days. So it's stressful. So we may get some more crazy drama going on. The other thing that I do want to share with you is there's this astrologer that I follow, and I like her a lot. And if you're into astrology, that's cool. If you're not, that's cool too. But her name is Ann Ortley, and she does a reading. She calls it the weekly forecast, and she does a reading every week. She does, an astrology reading. And so far, every week since I've been listening to her since June, she's been on point. And one of the things that she has said recently, I started listening to her in July. My sister, it was in July that my sister shared her with me. But one of the things that she has been saying since July is to prepare, because there's going to be an onslaught, a second wave. And she predicted this week that, she not predicted, but she said, according to astrology, that October we were going to see a second wave, and to get yourself ready. Now, I've been getting myself ready way before that, because I knew a second wave was coming. But if you have been paying attention to the news, If you have been watching the news, we have a super spreader happening. We have a super spreader cluster right in DC in the United States. So I'm just saying, prepare yourself again, because what she said was the way the transits are and the way that everything is. I can't explain it. You have to look and listen to her. Her name is Ann Ortley. I'll write her name down here. Ann Ortley. Ortley. She pronounced it Ortley, but that's how she spells it. She sits at the bright red desk. That's what she calls it, right here in New York City. And one of the things that she had said was that we would see a second wave happen in October. And she was saying that in July when I first found her. And I was like, yes, girl, I know. Finally, somebody else is saying that, right? And she said this week that what would happen is this week, because of the transit, what would happen is everything that happens in March will be repeating again in October. And the thing that happened in March was there was a big wave of COVID, and it was right here in New York City. Now, I have noticed an uptick of COVID in my own work area, and I have been now being diligent and more mindful of making sure that I have on 2 masks instead of 1, and when I go to work every day. So if you have slacked up because you thought this was done, if you have taken off your mask and you just freestyling now and you think everything's so great and wonderful, I'm telling you to get yourself together and prepare. Don't be afraid. Just prepare and get yourself together. All right, Linda, you have anything else you want to say? Yes. Okay. Mercury goes into direct 11. No, it goes direct 11/3. Susanna says. Mercury goes direct on November 3rd, and Barb says she gets a little emotional about her coffee. So just pay attention and be mindful. It's Ann Ortley. If you don't know who she is, check her out, and you can visit her. Just Google her. She's everywhere. You have anything you want to share, Linda?
Nope. Just thank you, everybody.
So if you would like to make a donation to the Indigo Room, you can do that. Our Cash App is $Indigo Room. And we'd be happy to accept your donations. That's great and that's wonderful. That would be very helpful. And if you would like to get an Indigo Room mug or manifestation journal or power stickers or a t-shirt or water bottle, you can visit us at theindigoroom.org. You can still follow us on Facebook. The Indigo Room is still there. You can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. And if you want to follow us here, you just click on the little icon that shows up on the right hand of your screen. Or if you're here and you're new, just hit the subscribe button so that you will be able to get all of the latest content that we have on the Indigo Room. So make sure that if you do subscribe, you hit the little bell and it turns solid gray. That means you'll get all of the updates when we go live or when we upload new content. And if you're interested in one-on-one coaching with me, you can email me at theindigoroom2@gmail.com. And 30 minutes, the first 30 minutes are free. All right. So we want to thank you for being here with us tonight. And thank you for joining us on the Indigo Room. We'll be here next week at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. No more 1 o'clock shows because I need to sleep. The sister needs her beauty rest. I need to sleep, mind you. Because even though the show is at 1 o'clock, it's still too much for me because I work really hard. I'm a hardworking sister. So thank you for being here. Remember who you are. Remember that you are source energy right here in a physical body. Remember that you can be, do, and have anything you desire. And remember, it's not being extraordinary that makes you unique. It is your uniqueness that makes you extraordinary. I'll see you next week, next Sunday. Take care. Bye.